Sammy is raring to go, so getting him out. I wanted to hop on here this morning. We are getting ready to embark on our last 2 days on the road, taking it on the road. Hashtag healing with grief hashtag. And I wanted to just say this has been an interesting journey for me, mixed with so many different emotions as we all experience with grief. It just turns your world upside down. Sometimes I liken it to being on one of those many of those fair rides as kids. You've got all kinds of rides that can disorient you, causing confusion, not being able to understand the emotions that you're feeling, and then not to mention how grief affects each and every one of us differently, and especially, again, a topic that I know for me and my husband 23 years ago, we didn't recognize in our remaining younger children, as well as our oldest child, and that is survivor's remorse. So when our daughter, Crystal, age 18, was killed, in those minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, and years to come following her death, as parents, you think that just being able to survive on a daily basis the loss of a child is enough. And yet, I can tell you from my own experience how vital it is that you recognize survivor's remorse in your other children. And my goal is to help navigate that with families in a way that it gives them the support they need to be able to cope and regain their family nucleus and keep it intact. Because in today's society, even if you're one of the lucky ones that has some kind of employee benefit, oftentimes those benefits do not always give access to the whole entire family for very extended periods of time. Oftentimes they expire or they run out, you exhaust those benefits. Or if you're like my husband and I, and especially my husband, he was not able to return to work when our daughter was killed. It was just too much for him. I was able to return to work on a short amount of time. I had a great company that had awesome benefits. They covered my short-term and long-term disability, and it provided grief therapy for me. But even so, I just had a hard time holding it together. And so as a result, I did end up resigning my position. And then when my daughter was killed in Bloomington, Indiana, we were not originally from there, although my husband's parents grew up near there. All of our family were all in the Pacific Northwest. So we moved back there for that added support. But that brought its own issues. Some good, some bad. And so fast forward to finally recovering somewhat of my life as it was prior to our daughter's death. It's never going to be the same. It's changed me forever. But this much I can say is I'm very glad I'm still here. I've had the privilege now of watching 3 of my 4 grandchildren grow up from my daughter, who is in recovery from drug addiction, which is related to that survivor's remorse that I talked about early on in this video. So it's a learning process. But at any rate, after the last 8 months of an awesome job that provided a wellness program that gave me access to weekly therapy sessions with some amazing therapists. Shout out to Chris and Jose. They are the ones that have inspired me, along with my supervisor. Shout out to Aisha, as well as so many of my other co-workers who told me that I really need to get out into the world and do grief advocacy work. And so that's what has brought me to where I am today. So anyway, happy Thursday. That's all for now. And I hope that you like this video. If you do, like and share and subscribe to it. I would be forever grateful. And in the words of Sammy, we'll see you on the road.